Hello, my name is Darian, and today we're going to be trying out some snacks from around the world. Now, in front of me right now, I have two different variants of Pocky, which is a Japanese little to-go snack that I found at my local supermarket. I have the regular chocolate cream biscuit sticks, and I also found this really interesting variant. It sounded a bit tempting to try, but it didn't sound too appetizing to me, but we'll see how it tastes. And that is the green tea variant. So it says Pocky green tea biscuit sticks with a green tea cream coating. Now, I found both of these snacks at my local Oceans, which is an Asian supermarket. There's one in the mall that's located near my house, Shoppers World. And these snacks were actually pretty cheap. They were both $1.99, so together I only paid about $5 with tax included for the two snacks. And they do come with 40 grams in each packet. And just looking at the nutritional value, we see 200 calories per box, which is, in my opinion, a little bit on the higher side, but I guess we'll have to try and see. It also says that there is 28 grams of carbohydrates and 16 grams of sugar. That's a lot for this little package. And even looking at this green tea variant, there's still 14 grams of sugar. So I'm hoping it's going to be a sweet little snack. I'm hoping it's going to be tasty. I'm hoping it's going to be nice. And I guess we'll have to see how it tastes, if it really is sweet, and if it lives up to the expectations of what I know here in Canada. Alright, so let's start off with the regular chocolate Pocky. So opening this package, I see we have one bag of sticks. Plain little bag, really just says Pocky chocolate on it. And as I go about opening and trying this snack, what I really know about Pocky and Japanese culture in general is the snack's really popular and really prevalent in culture just because of its convenience. It's these little sticks that you can buy at a convenience store. They're nice, chocolatey, have a good taste to them, and they're perfect to transport around. Struggling. There we go. They're perfect to transport around whenever you might have a meeting to go to or have to take the train. And they don't create much mess either because, let me pull it out. We see here that the majority is coated in chocolate, but we do have a little bit of a handlebar, which is the crisp biscuit. I was going to say bacon, but the biscuit right here. But as I was saying, just thinking about Pocky and its influence in Japanese culture, it's a really good to-go snack. It helps when you're hungry on the run. And really what I find is the major connection is in Japan, there's a lot of hustle and bustle, I suppose, especially with their way of business and with their way of life. It's more of a sort of intense way of transportation too, especially considering their use of high-speed trains. And really, you need to find something that is edible, obviously, and something you can consume while you're on the move and while you're doing all these different things throughout your day. And that is where Pocky comes into play. I guess there's also sort of a pop culture sort of reference to Pocky as well. We see similar sorts of snacks in popular Japanese shows, so anime really. We also hear references to Pocky in media posts. We see it in a lot of Japanese media too, being promoted as one of these major snacks. And just considering the variety of flavors too. I saw at the supermarket there were strawberry flavors, vanilla wafers, even the chocolate and green tea versions are these different sorts of expansions really that Pocky does make into these different types of tastes to appeal to a larger audience. Alright, so let's try the chocolate wafer. I'm going to start with the biscuit first because why not? Okay. So the biscuit is kind of bland. There's not a lot of sweet to it. It tastes more like a cracker, similar to a Ritz cracker or I feel like a Breton cracker as well, but there's not much flavor to it. It's kind of just bland and kind of just there. But let's see if the chocolate does enhance it. Okay, so when you add in the chocolate to your wafer, or biscuit, why do I keep saying wafer? But it is a biscuit. But when you add the chocolate into the biscuit, it does transform in a way so it's more like a specialty sort of sweet, specialty sort of cookie that you would find around Christmas time. The easiest comparison I can make right now is that box of cookies, that big tin of cookies that you usually buy around Christmas time that has all these different types of cookies in it. So there are wafers in it, there's these biscuits coated in it, there's these shortbread cookies. The easiest comparison I can make is a shortbread cookie covered with chocolate. Overall, it's not half bad. It's actually quite nice. The main issue that I think this product would have really expanding into a Canadian market is the lack of sweetness. There's not a lot of oomph to the sweet and to the chocolate as well. Let me just take another bite and think about it a little bit more actually. It's not predominantly sweet. And when I think about Canadian culture and when I think about what types of snacks I eat here in Canada, and especially what I look for in a snack, I'm looking for these sweet, savory, salty, these strong flavors really puncturing my taste buds. And I just don't think Pocky has that sort of level of sweetness that is necessary to be successful. To be fair, I've never seen Pocky in a store outside of Oceans, and I've been to Oceans so many times, and I've never bought Pocky before. And I feel like that lack of sweetness might be something that's inhibiting the ability to expand into other retailers. Okay, so now let's try the green tea version. I'm a bit worried about this, honestly. I'm not a big fan of green tea normally, but there's a first for everything, so let's see how they translate it into a chocolate form, or cream form, rather. Okay, so first off, let's start with this. The packaging, we see matcha on it. Interesting. I suppose that's how they call things green tea. Looking at the stick, pretty similar layout. We have our biscuit handle right here, and then we have our cream coating of green tea, I suppose, or green tea cream? I guess we'll see. So let's take a bite. It tastes like nothing. I don't know. Maybe it's just my preference and my taste buds, but in all honesty, this green tea does not taste like anything. I can take a little kick of maybe mint or something. There's a little bit of a minty flavor to it, but I don't know. It's just not a strong flavor that I would enjoy personally, and I don't think many Canadians would enjoy either. Just knowing my friends, knowing the people I talk to on a daily basis, I know that there's a lot of sweet tooths out there, and I just don't think Pocky has the necessary level of sweetness that would be successful in the Canadian market. Okay, let me give a review for each one on a scale from 1 to 10, or a rating rather. Let's start with the matcha one. So let me just take another bite for good measure. Doesn't taste like much. I'm getting a very, very slight kick of like a mint or something, but that's about it I'm getting. Nothing else. So, honestly, I do like the biscuit. The biscuit is enjoyable, and I feel like I would give that a solid 7.5 out of 10 for the biscuit alone. But the cream filling is so lackluster, it just doesn't warrant a great score, and I feel like I would give it somewhere around a 4. Overall, the matcha Pocky, averaging it out, I want to say around maybe a 5.5 to a 6. Not much flavor really striking me when I taste it, but the biscuit is pretty solid, and I do enjoy a good biscuit. So, moving on to the actual chocolate Pocky, let me just get another stick out just to demonstrate. I did enjoy this a lot more than the matcha Pocky, for sure. The chocolate is not overly sweet, which, I mean, it's okay, but overall, this is more solid than whatever I ate just now. Honestly, I feel like I would give this around a 7 overall, all things considered, just because I do enjoy something a bit more sweet, and I feel like many Canadians would also enjoy something sweet, but at the same time, the combination between chocolate and biscuit is a timeless combination, and something I believe people enjoy, and something that I believe people will spend money on. We've seen countless other successes, especially through, let's say, Oreos, for example, where we have that cookie and cream combination. And I just feel like if Pocky were to invest more into sweetening their product and perhaps building off of more Canadian classic flavors, maybe a maple syrup Pocky, that would be incredible. I just feel like they would have more potential to tickle the taste buds of a Canadian consumer. But that is my review of Pocky, and that is just a little breakdown on what I know of this snack, what I know about the culture and influence it has in Japan, and most importantly, what I think the company could do to really work towards improving the snack to appeal to a Canadian market.